Finally.
Thank you all for coming. This is the Criminal Justice Majors meeting. We just wanted to, every semester we try to take an opportunity to share important information with you so that you are knowledgeable about what your role is, how you can be a successful student, how you can get out of here on time, just how can you make the best of your experience, and what are some of the different events that we also offer to you so that when you are getting ready to go out, you're really prepared for the job market. So we've got a number of different things in the agenda. I am going to try to make it as quick as possible because I know a number of you have other places to be. But the first thing I want to do is have our faculty introduce themselves to you. I'll just start. My name is Dr. Beth Quinn. I'm the Assistant Chairman of the Department. I've been here, this is my 10th year. You're likely to have me in class if you have to take research methods or victimology at the undergrad level. And then we'll go forward.
And I'm Dr. Miriam DeLone, and I'm the chair of the department. So when you come to the main office there, it'll be Ms. Sandra Woodard, who will be the first person you see, and then I'm in the office just to the left there if you need any help or assistance. I teach a variety of classes. This semester I'm doing the intro class, but I do issues related to race, ethnicity, and crime, as well as a gender class. I'm doing a law and social control class later this semester, so hopefully some of you are in that or are interested in that area. My research is mainly in the area of race, ethnicity, and sentencing. I haven't done anything specifically in North Carolina, and we're going to do something fairly soon. So I welcome you all here, and I'm very pleased to see your interest in making sure that you can do things as efficiently and productively as possible. So I appreciate your time.
And then we'll go to the back row.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brightman. I perpetually teach 450. Not the only person teaching it, but certainly I have taught it for the past 4 years or so. My favorite course to teach is comparative, so I do a lot of the international and global, state and corporate crime. Those are kind of my general areas. So those are 2 of the classes that I tend to teach a lot. I teach victimology as well, race, class, and gender, and get an intro class every now and again.
Hi everybody, this is Green, just walking in. Dr. Robert Brown. I teach Introduction to the Criminal Justice System, Introduction to Law Enforcement, Introduction to Courts, Race and Crime, Senior Seminar 450 like Dr. Brightman does, and policing is my area of specialization.
Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Cherie Davis, and I've been here, this is my 4th year here at the university. I teach Intro to Criminal Justice courses, Intro to Corrections. I've taught organizational management. I also teach, when I can, the juvenile justice course. And I teach the internship prep course and internship course. So, and I also act as the internship coordinator.
Hello, I'm Dr. Bonnie Rowe. I have been here 6 years. I think that's right. I think so, 6 or 7, somewhere in there. I teach a lot of online classes. I'm also the interim director for faculty development, so we do a lot with online education as well. I teach the admin courses, the organizational courses, and my area is, the main area that I'm interested in is corrections as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Chris Donner. I am new to the department and new to the city. My wife and I have been here since June, so we're still trying to get the lay of the land and figure out what's going on. Originally from Ohio. Prior to Fayetteville, we lived in Tampa, Florida, where I finished up my Ph.D. In May. I teach law enforcement and theory this semester. Next semester, I'll be teaching law enforcement, stats, and criminal courts. My research areas of interest are law enforcement, primarily police misconduct, and constitutional law, Supreme Court, case law, stuff like that.
Hi everyone, my name is Karen McElrath. I'm new here. I've worked here for 6 weeks. And I am currently teaching a class, Research Methods in Criminal Justice. I see some of my students here, which is great. And next semester I'm teaching a class called Race, Class, Gender, and Crime. Is that right, Dr. DeLone? And another one, Special Topics, the Death Penalty. And my students in the Research Methods class will know that that's a subject near and dear to my heart. So it's nice to meet all of you, and thank you.
Hi everybody, my name is Quinn. I'm not new to the school, I've been here for a while, but this is our first time I'm full-time adjunct professor. teach correction, administration and justice, and also I teach introduction. And I got some of my students here too, so that's it.
I'm Darla Cole, and I'm new also, and I feel like I'm teaching a little bit of everything this semester. I'm a certified police officer, in addition to being a lecturer here at the college. I'm originally from Fayetteville, but I live up the road a little bit, and I maintain my police officer status in Sanford, North Carolina, with their police department. My area of interest is policing, of course, and especially interested in their interaction with immigrant communities.
As many of you know, not all of the faculty can be here with us today. The graduate comps is going on, so Dr. Lunning couldn't be here. We've got a number of faculty who are out for other meetings and other kind of meetings with students. So let's hit the rest of this agenda, and then we'll have an area or a time for questions from you as well. One thing that you guys are going to see is we're always trying to look to see how are we doing for you. Are we offering the classes that you want? Are we hitting the times that you want? Do we need more stuff online or at nighttime? So usually once a year you'll get a survey called the CJ Student Inquiry Survey that asks you all about that. Please don't ignore those emails because really we're looking for your input. You know, if there's a new area in criminal justice that you really want us to focus on that maybe we haven't developed a course on, let us know what you want us to do so that we can start thinking about how to develop a course to make sure that we're keeping up with everything that you guys need to make you successful when you get out of your undergrad degree. So just watch for emails that say like criminal justice survey or anything like that, and do take the time. They usually don't take more than about 5 minutes for you to do them. The undergraduate core exam for graduating seniors. Do we have any graduating seniors in here? All right, we've got a couple. Very nice. You will get an email that asks you to do the undergraduate core exam, and every graduating senior is going to get an email to ask them to do this in their last semester here. Basically, that is a CJ exam. It's not something that it's mandatory for you to complete your degree, but it does tell us how well are you retaining information and where do we maybe need to work in our classes to hit any gaps that we're missing. Okay, so it's a great opportunity. Also, we give out little prizes for the top people. So just know that there's a potential for you to win something kind of cool if you do that exam. We do have a department webpage on Facebook. Anybody ever look at it? Has anybody liked it yet? Okay, we've got some. If you want, I'm not going to bring it up here because for some reason our screen is all wonky and stuff and it would probably just screw everything up. But just go into Facebook. Everybody have a Facebook account? Okay. So you're just going to type in Department of Criminal Justice, Fayetteville State University. We put up different things up there and events, like if we've got a career workshop coming up, or if we have something called the Balancing Act that we do every semester. That's a time management workshop. If there's new jobs that are posting, sometimes we'll put those up there. But it's really just kind of an avenue of constant communication because we know that you guys log into your Facebook accounts probably once a day, if not more than that. So check out our page, like us. I think we've got almost 100 people that have liked us so far, but we have about 500 majors. So we'd like to see 500 people like us. So check that out. We also have a Blackboard page, and all of you should be enrolled in it. Anybody getting all these emails from Quinn constantly? Because that's me. And I'm sorry to barrage you with emails, but it's a good way to get you all information. There are some really cool things that our department is offering for you, and it's a good way to communicate with you because a lot of times even your in-house classes, if you're not doing online classes, still maintain their gradebook in Blackboard. So this is something that you guys are in quite often. So can anybody tell me what is one thing for our first little prize that you would see on the department Blackboard page? What's one little piece of information that you see up there? Announcements. All right. Excellent. Announcements. So, you're absolutely right. I've got it kind of half there because the screen isn't working so well. But this is kind of what you'll see. These are the different buttons that we have for you. We have announcements. We have a button that talks about different criminal justice events. So you'll see like today's thing is on there. Contacts, we're going to have that updated to have everybody in here, or every faculty member that's in the department or anybody who's offering classes will have their office hours, their email, their phone number, anything you need to check them out. We have graduation information, and this really just kind of tells you, what do you need for your graduation application. Okay, we'll hit on that in a little bit too. But I've also got links to the application, so it should be really easy for you, so you're not searching all over the place for where do I get this application from. We have CJ job information. Anybody of you gonna get a job in criminal justice when you graduate? Okay. Do you know how you're gonna do that yet? Okay. All right. It can be a little tricky, but up on here we have a couple different websites to go to that specialize in criminal justice jobs. Okay. I try to post the state of North Carolina ones. I get an email every day for what new job postings they have that are related to security, law enforcement, corrections, anything public safety. So I try to post those as often as I can, but you can also sign yourself up so that you're getting the daily emails and you can see, oh, I really want to apply for this job. Because figure with state, even local and federal, you've got to give that application a number of months. So if you think you're graduating December, you should be applying now. Even for some jobs, if you think you're graduating in May, you should be applying now. Okay, so check out the different jobs that you see, because then you're going to also see what's out there, what's available for me. Maybe you'll get introduced to things that you didn't even know existed, and think that's pretty cool. All right. So we do have some CJ job information. We've recently put stuff up there on graduate and law school. On October 1st, there's going to be a workshop on campus. Are you interested in going to law school? I would definitely attend that, and you can find the information on there. Anytime we have anything on law school, there's a pre-law society, so I'll post their meeting schedule up there as well. This is all just to give you more information on what do you want to do after your undergrad is done. Discussion board, I'll probably put a Q&A link up there. But as many of you know, your professors are super, super busy, so that may just get answered about once a week if you have a question. We are going to develop one more button, an FAQ, like a frequently asked questions type button. How do I do this? Or when do I need to start applying for jobs? What kind of a resume do I need? We'll start putting that FAQ up. We're going to develop that this semester, so hopefully it'll be up there by December. Okay. So that's our Blackboard page. So definitely if you don't have access to this, it should say criminal justice majors under your Blackboard sites. Shoot me an email. I'm Quinn. My email's on here. And I'll make sure that you're added to that. Okay. And I do apologize for all the emails I send out, but I just love y'all and I'll spend my time with you. Okay. So events. Tuesday, October 8th, we have an event called the Balancing Act. And the Balancing Act is all about if you are struggling to do everything in your life. We know that you guys have families, you have jobs, even multiple jobs, you have classes, you have a lot of other obligations, like a crisis situation could happen, you could lose somebody in your family, something happens, okay, that might distract you from feeling like you're doing exactly how you want to do in all these different areas. So we have worked with the Center for Personnel Development to put together a workshop called the Balancing Act. How do you balance all these different things in your life? It's about an hour and 15-minute workshop. And really what Ms. LaTanya Graham does is goes over different time management techniques and talks to you about what are the different stresses in your life and how can you manage them so you're still successful at school, successful at work, and you don't feel like you got all this pressure on your shoulders. If you do want to attend that, and I highly recommend it, just email me because it is limited in space. So I want to make sure that everybody that wants to get in can get in. None of your professors will be in that room, so you can bash us all you want and say, this person's giving me too much work to do. But it's really just for you, okay? So I just wanted to let you know that the only non-student in there is Ms. Graham, because we keep it just for you to deal with how do you be a successful student and everything else. We do have a couple of career workshops. Every semester we try to do 2 different career workshops. The first one's going to be October 22nd, resume creation and cover letters. Even if you have a resume, hit this workshop. Have her take a look at it. You never know what new people, what the employers are looking for these days. Could be different from what they were looking for 5 years ago or even a year ago. All right? That's a great one to go to. Tuesday, October 29th, behavior-based interviewing. A lot of times, especially in criminal justice, you're going to be asked to talk about how would you problem solve in a particular situation. How would you creatively solve this situation? You're going to be presented with a scenario, and you have to talk your way through it. Or given a situation, and how would you resolve this situation? We call that behavior-based interviewing. It's very different from where do you see yourself in 5 years, what are your goals? Very different. So we want to make sure that you have an opportunity to learn about this new type of interviewing. So when you're out there and you're interviewing, you're going to be super successful at it. Okay? If you want to go to any of these workshops, please RSVP to Dr. Davis, and her email address is right there as well. Okay? We are going to have in spring 2014, anybody go to the CJ Career Fair last year? Okay, we had about 20 agencies, I think, 15 to 20 agencies. All different types of agencies: law enforcement, corrections, diplomatic security, teen court, dispute resolution. We had a ton of different agencies. We're going to do the same thing this year in February, or we think in February. February 18th, I believe. We'll have a more secure date once we reserve the space. And we'll put flyers up for that. The good thing is we're also going to have our career workshops before that, so that if you want to make sure that resume is up to date, so that you can bring it to the career workshop, you're good to go. It's a great opportunity to network. Last time we had some really unique agencies. The DMV License and Theft Bureau was there. That was a hot agency. Just really come. This is your way to get your foot in the door, okay, and to talk to people in the field. So that's going to be in February 2014. So even if you're graduating in December and you haven't secured a position yet, you're invited back too. All right, you're going to dress for success that day, dress as if you're going on an interview, bring your resume. If you have cards, bring those too, okay? Because all the people are really interested in learning about you. All right, any questions about that? Dr. Davis, did you want to add anything about that?
Oh, no.
Or Dr. Brown? Okay. All right, so let's move on to advising of registration and graduation. Pre-registration for spring is November 4th to December 6th. Regular registration is going to start December 16th. We really want every single one of you to register during pre-registration. That helps us to see if we need to make any adjustments, add any classes, which classes are overburdened, which classes are, don't have so many students in them. That helps us quite a bit. It also helps you because you're securing your spot. Especially if you're planning to graduate in May, you need to get the courses that you need and the times that you need them. So pre-register. That means, what does that mean? Can anybody tell me what that means? What do you need for pre-registration? Your alternate pin. Okay, absolutely. You need your alternate pin. So see your advisor in October. Probably toward right after fall break is when we're going to get the alternate pins. Make sure you go see your advisor after that. Typically, a number of us will put up a sign-up sheet, or we'll send an email saying the pins are available. Come see me during office hours. Make sure you see your advisor. Don't wait until December 16th when half the faculty are gone. Okay. Okay. Pins, we already said that. Registration for online courses. During pre-registration, the D1, D2 online courses are only accessible for the online degree completion students. That's because we've got students who are overseas, who've been deployed. We have students in many other states who live 3-4 hours away, who have to only take online degree or online courses. So we give them that opportunity to register first because we know they're kind of popular. But they will open up to you where you won't need an override or anything in regular registration. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. If you're trying to get into a class that says D1, D2 during pre-registration and you're not online degree completion, chances are you just need to wait till regular registration to get into that class. Okay, and I think Dr. Growe is going to talk a little bit about how to work the online system. So if you do take an online class, or even if you're taking a class that you have to submit things on Blackboard, this is really, really useful information for you to have.
Hello, everybody. Anybody taking online classes in here? You are? Mostly, or just here and there?
Just one.
Okay. Do you plan on taking online classes? No, not so much. That's probably why you're here at the meeting and not somewhere else. Right. Okay, well, this website is just for students. There's a lot of information on here related to taking online courses. Probably the best benefit that you would get from this website is if you plan to take an online course here and there. A lot of your classes, though, you were probably noticing, many of your professors are utilizing Blackboard more and more, right? Maybe you're doing tests on Blackboard or submitting assignments. So if you ever need any help with any of that, we did just upgrade to a new version or a new service pack of Blackboard, so things change a little bit here and there. So this website will provide you with information on, like if you're just having trouble, you can't figure out how to submit an assignment, we don't want to go to someone for help. There's a lot of documents and videos right here, how to submit an assignment, add an avatar, discussion board, just the basics of things that you'll probably do in Blackboard. So you can probably find it here. If it's not on this website, call Shante Haley in the Office of Faculty Development. Her extension is 2522. She's a Blackboard guru. She can help you with anything. I think she does Blackboard in her sleep. And she's really helpful. She also does an online orientation. So let's say something happened and you had to move and you needed to become a fully online student. You weren't really comfortable with it. The online orientation will take you through everything that you need to know to take your courses at a distance. So that means using Blackboard and all the other distance resources that are available on campus. That orientation is available to you through Ms. Haley as well. But if anything comes up in the future and you need help, you can contact me and I'll get you to her, or just go to this website and you'll probably get all your questions. Yeah? Okay. Questions? Okay. Blackboard's pretty cool.
Okay. Closed courses. Any of you ever run into closed courses when you're trying to register for classes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. When it's an elective class, something like in the 300 or 400 level, one thing you can do is really try to search for any other class that might have an opening first, okay, before you approach a professor about trying to get into their class. I can tell you that I get emails all the time saying, I need to get into your class or into this class because I need it for graduation, but it's an elective. So I know that you don't necessarily need my class, you need a class. And maybe you really want to take my class, which is fabulous. But if there's something else available, we want to perhaps route you that way. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. So I've got some little tips here. Please provide like a justification for why you need that class. I'm graduating. I just picked up a full-time job and online is really the way I need to go, but I'm not an online degree completion student. I need your class because it's a night class, but it's full and this is the only time I can go. I think you're a rocking professor and I just want to take your class. Just give us a justification for why you need that particular class. Also remember that we probably do need to prioritize. If we have a closed class, we've got 10 people on a waiting list and 3 of them are graduating seniors. The graduating seniors are probably the ones that typically get bumped up because we know that they have to have something to get them out. Okay. Course number changes. When this happened, this is like the 3rd semester, I think, that we're into our course number changes. So where you may have used to needed, that's really bad grammar, where you may have needed 411 before, now you need 314. And for prize, can anybody tell me what class that is? Okay, research methods. All right, so 420 has turned into 304. Can anybody tell me what that class is? There you go, technology. All right, that's the last of the little giveaways. Okay, can you take both 420 and 304? What do you guys think? You can't, because it's the same class. You've already taken it, so you can't take it for an elective now. That's a common mistake that we see people doing, that they've already taken 420 or 411, but they sign up for the new number of it. You don't want to do that, okay, because you're going to get told it's not going to count for anything. So just really watch for that, okay? If you've already taken the 400 versions, you don't need to take the 300 versions. Yes, ma'am?
So we can't, so they say cannot take 304, so we can't take that?
Not if you've already taken 420. If you haven't taken 420, you have to take 304. So if you haven't taken 411, you have to take 314. But if you have taken those 2 courses, don't duplicate, because it's not going to do anything for you. You're going to rock the class because you already know the information, but it's not going to do anything for you in terms of getting you to graduation. Okay.
Does that mean it's a lower level now?
Say it again.
Does that mean it's a lower level course now?
It is, because we're trying to communicate to you that we want you to take it when you're a junior, so that when you get to senior level, you're taking 450. Ideally, you've got all your 4-200 levels done, 314 and 304, and potentially stats before you take 450. 450 is going to rely on all of that information for you to be successful. Okay. All right, graduation, for those of you who are graduating, December 14th. Watch for the email about location and time. Typically, we've been doing it at Crown Coliseum. I think it's probably still going to be at Crown Coliseum this year. So just watch for that email. And then rehearsal is always the day before at 9 a.m. Sometimes it's at Seabrook. Last semester, they had it at Crown Coliseum as well. So watch your email for you graduating seniors. Even for May, when you guys get ready to graduate, watch your email for where is rehearsal going to be and when is it going to be. Okay? In order to be eligible, you want to make sure that you do, if you're on financial aid, that you do the exit survey for that. That's going to hold you. Okay? They're going to tell you you're not cleared yet until you do that. Graduating senior survey, they have you do that as well. So make sure you do that. If you are going to graduate, but you're planning not to walk, maybe you don't really want to walk in the ceremony, all you need to do is send an email to the registrar's office telling them you're not going to walk and giving them your correct address information where you want your diploma sent to. Okay? They may also ask for how do you want your name on your diploma. If you've got a middle name, maybe you just want the first initial, or maybe you want the full name. Just let them know that information if you're not going to walk. If you are walking, they get it from a little card that you give them. Okay. All right, applications for spring graduation are due by January 30th. So keep that in mind and start saving some money because it is a $50 graduation fee. There's 3 things that you need for graduation. The application for graduation, which you can get on that Blackboard page. You need a degree audit signed by your advisor. Okay, this is just a verification of your degree evaluation, saying you're on the right track essentially, and your advisor has signed it. It just gives a little kind of notion to the registrar's office that we've talked to you, we think you're on the track to graduate, and they can confirm that. Okay, so you need those 3 things, and a $50 graduation fee, which you pay to the cashier's office. Okay, keep the receipt whenever you do pay that fee, because you're going to need to provide that as evidence as well. Okay, if you didn't meet the deadline, or if you don't meet that January 30th deadline, or you didn't meet the August 30th deadline for this semester's graduation, you still have to apply. Your name may not be in the program, but you have to apply. There's no getting around it. So you've got to get those 3 documents or those 3 things accomplished so you can be considered for graduation. Okay. You need to see your advisors 2 times a semester. Anybody in here do that? No? How about once a semester? Okay. Probably all of you have to do that because you have to get your PIN, right? Okay. But come visit us. We like to see your faces. Make sure you see us at least 2 times a year. Okay. Check out when your CJ advisor has office hours. Okay. If it doesn't fit with your schedule, find out when else they can meet you. All right. We have a lot of people who come during that pre-registration week who will just kind of knock on anybody's door. But your advisor might know special things about you. Like maybe you've got courses transferring in, maybe you've got an incomplete going on. Try to work as best as you can with your advisor because they're the ones that have the historical knowledge about you. Okay. November 8th is the last day to withdraw from classes and is the last day for professors to turn in revised incomplete grades. So if you have any outstanding incomplete grades, make sure you're working with your professors right now to resolve those. Okay. November 20th is the last day to withdraw from the university. That means you're withdrawing from every single class that you're enrolled in. All right. So keep November 8th in mind for withdrawing from singular classes. November 20th in mind if you're going to withdraw from the university the whole semester. All right, Dr. DeLone is going to take a moment and talk to us about honors in the major.
The honors in the major program is something that you apply for in January. So I do have some flyers here if anybody is interested. It's for students who might be interested in doing something a little bit over and above what you're already doing in your coursework. It is not the honors that you get with your degree GPA. Like the Magna or Summa Cum Laude, that's something separate. It is not the Honor Society, Alpha Phi Sigma, which is something, again, that's separate. You have certain criteria for that Honor Society, and you pay to get membership. This is actually an activity where you do something over and above what's required of students in the regular major, and you get this additional designation on your diploma and on your transcript that you graduated with honors in the major. So if you have a GPA of 3.2 or higher, if you're at the point of before you're a junior, you haven't quite gotten 60 hours yet, and again, looking for something that's kind of an academic challenge or you're interested in learning just a little bit more about maybe certain topics in criminal justice before you head off to law school or graduate school, it's a really good thing to think about. There are a number of aspects to it, including doing extra projects in certain classes. Perhaps you think the death penalty is a really interesting topic and you want to do an additional project in that class, so you would contract that as an honors in the major course. And then there's also a senior project that you do over and above what is done in 4-year credits. But again, this is a designation that's going to go not just in the program when you see graduation, but on your transcript and on your degree. So if you're interested in doing something like that, to check out some ideas before you enter your career that are a little bit beyond what you're getting in your career, please contact me and I'll give you the information you need. You would apply in January in the spring semester, and remember this has to be before you have 60 hours, and I can show you the application where you have to actually write an essay saying why this is something that you want and why you think it's interesting. So I can give you some more information about that.
Dr. Davis is going to talk to us now about the internship. How many of you are interested in getting some experience in the field? Okay, and y'all should be thinking about internship. So Dr. Davis is going to have a nice full class.
Okay, hello again. She asked the very question that I was going to ask you when I got here, and that is how many of you are interested in internship? Okay, and really, if you didn't raise your hand, everyone should have raised their hand when we talk about internships, because it's a good opportunity for you to gain experience in the field. Not only gain experience in the field, but it gives you an opportunity to determine if this is the area that you're really interested in. You may say you're interested in corrections, but you don't know what about corrections, whether it's probation, parole, whether you want to deal with juveniles or deal with adults. There are a number of things, whether you want to deal with juveniles and focus on residential placements, or whether you want to work in the jail. So there are a number of opportunities for you within the field, and there are numerous, too many to mention right now. But I would suggest that you take time and explore that on your own, so that when you register for the internship course, you'll have an idea. What are some of the requirements for the placement, or are you automatically placed in the community for an internship? No. But one thing that I really like about this department is that we provide you with the tools that you need to work in the field or to gain that experience, okay? So you're not only representing yourself, you're representing the department, you're representing the university, and we want anybody who's going out to be prepared. So with that being said, one of the requirements is the prereq course, which is an internship preparatory course. And in that course, it runs the gamut as far as preparing you with resumes, cover letters, interviewing skills, problem-solving skills. You can have an opportunity to, we have vignettes that we use to help you prepare for things you may experience in an internship, as well as a job. Okay? So that's one requirement. It is a 1-credit course, and it's CRJC 429, Internship Prep. And that is offered to our criminal justice students. I think we're probably the only department that has the internship prep prior to the internship place. Another requirement would be that you have completed 60 hours for the place. 60 hours and have a GPA of 6.5. Okay. If you're interested in a placement, if you want to earn, because with our department, you can earn credits. You can either earn 3 credits or you can earn 6 credits. If you're looking to earn 3 credits, which would be 1 criminal justice elective course, then you will be expected to complete 120 hours of in your internship. If you're looking to complete 6 credit hours, you will be expected to complete 240 hours. Now, keep in mind that will not be the only requirement. Not just that you go and work, because we want the experience to be well-rounded. And we're talking about an academic place, coming from an academic department. So you will be required to reflect, maintain a log, provide essays as well. So all of this information you'll get in the internship prep class that will prepare you for the internship placement. Now, one thing I also remind my students in that class is while I'm preparing you, it's also an opportunity for you to be further screened, to help screen you, to see if you're ready for a placement. Okay, because not only do we work with resumes and cover letters and interview skills, of the questions that you may have in regards to completing an application. And because things are so competitive today, you would be surprised at how you may be screened from the very beginning just from that application. Another thing, as far as needing an internship, I'm sure all of you know, is the experience. Because it's so competitive, having a degree is just not the only thing that's going to get your foot in the door. But that experience will give you that edge. So I'm trying to be brief because I have a tendency to be long-winded, but I just wanted to give you a basic idea of the internship program that we have. Some of the placements may even include the placement with, I have a student in federal probation, doing federal probation, and those slots are limited. They were willing to take one. And they interviewed several. And the student, I was really excited for the student, for the placement. They were excited about taking this student. So there are opportunities like that, but that's what we're here for, to help prepare you to get those opportunities. Okay? Thank you.
Okay. The next person that's going to come down is Dr. Brightman is going to talk to you about the different student groups that are available within criminal justice.
Okay, so first of all, I'm not Dr. DeVal, but I will talk to you about Alpha Phi Sigma. So if you have other questions, please talk to him, follow up with him about what you need to know. It is our CJ Honor Society. The GPA that you need for the requirement is 3.0 overall, but you also need a 3.2 in your CJ courses, okay? So there's two different GPA requirements. Essentially, you can apply after you've been here or transferred in 3 semesters worth of classes, okay? So mid-sophomore year kind of timeline. There's a one-time fee for $45 for membership. It's a lifetime membership. And there are several different types of advantages to you. Number one is always when you are getting out on the job market and networking, people can identify if they're part of the same organization. It's a kind of a flag for them to look you over a little bit. Okay. Also with federal employment, when you start, you will begin at one higher pay grade than you would initially come in at. Okay. And then another thing that they have is some of the different regalia, right, for graduation. Some of the tassels and things like that that go along with your gown. So there's some details about Alpha Phi Sigma. If you have more questions, go see Dr. DeVal. I am now the advisor for NAVJA, National Association for Blacks in Criminal Justice. And so we're an organization here on campus. Basically our mission is to provide information, provide networking, and give back to the community. Okay? So we do several different types of programs. You might remember that we had Mr. Stackhouse from the FBI last spring. We're hoping to get him again here this year. Not sure if we're going to do it for fall or spring yet, but we're trying to work that out. We're also going to be walking the homecoming parade and doing a cleanup on the Merc the day before. So some of those kind of community service events. And then other opportunities are coming up from the membership itself. So as a student-driven organization, if you have ideas or activities that you want to do, come out to the meetings and make some suggestions. We're trying to schedule like a prison tour or jail tour. We're not sure what facility we can actually get into yet, but that might be another opportunity. And we also do social events. We've gone roller skating in the past and done things like that. So there's a lot of professional and social kind of overlap along with giving back and community service that go along with the organization as well. Our president is Adonis Johnson. There's flyers up in the CJ hallway, brochures if you want to get more information. His contact information, our meeting dates are up on the board, all that kind of information is right there. Also some of those kinds of things like membership forms are on my door, so stop by and pick one of those up as well. Okay? Any questions on, I can answer those questions for now. No, there is a membership fee. We do have a yearly fee, it's $15 a year. 10 of it goes to the national organization, so it is another one that is recognized outside of the university. On job applications and things like that, you might run into other members and have that kind of networking outside. But you can become a lifetime member after you graduate, and then we keep part of the $15 fee to go to the events that we put on here on campus. We have t-shirts and things like that as well. What else?
Is it a month?
No, yearly.
Oh, yearly.
So for Alpha Phi Sigma, it's a lifetime fee of $45. For NAVJA, we do membership fee every year, $15 once a year. And our next meeting will be October 3rd. in Loretta Taylor 310. And we'll be doing applications and membership fees and all that on that day. So if you want to come by my office and pick up a membership form before then, and then just bring cash only those days. Okay? All right.
Thank you, Dr. Brandon. All right, one last thing, and then it's up to questions in the drawing. Graduate program. Anybody ever think about graduate school? Okay, all right. And you might, you never know. When I graduated my undergraduate degree, I was like, done. No, went back. Okay, so we do have a rockin' master's program here. It's a 33-hour degree. We can get you out typically in about 2 years, depending if you're going full-time or not. But it's a wonderful thing. And these days, to be competitive, or if you want to go higher up, promote within your organization to become the leadership, they are looking for master's degrees for those types of positions, more and more these days. We have a couple different criteria for getting into our master's program. If you're thinking about next fall, our application deadline is April 15th, so kind of keep that in mind. You do have to take the graduate record exam, the GRE. It's kind of your basic test, verbal and quantitative and writing skills to see how you're doing and how well you're going to perform, potentially. You have to score at least a 282, I believe, on the GRE for our school. You have to have a 2.75 GPA in your undergrad, and you have to get a 3 out of 6 in the writing component of the GRE. Okay, so those are the 3 criteria for our master's program. If you have questions about the master's program, you can talk to Dr. Lenning. She's our current graduate coordinator. Definitely talk to her, though, if you're interested. It's a great program to be in, and it's just one more thing that's going to set you apart from everybody else. So you guys have any questions at all? Okay. Yes?
How much GRE is?
Ooh, I think it's around $180, $200, right around there.
There's a meeting coming up for, I think, October 8th for all the information on the GRE.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a meeting, and they're going to have a GRE prep workshop that I think starts October 8th. It's $150 for FSU students, and it goes for a number of weeks. I would highly recommend that. Thank you for bringing that up. University Testing Services also, I think, gives out a lot of information on GRE. So definitely think of that, because this is not a test that you want to take unprepared.
Letters from our
Yes.
advisors.
You'll need, I think, 2 letters of recommendation. You also have to write a personal statement for how you think the master's degree is going to help you with your career goals. So there's a couple other parts of the application itself. The application actually goes to the graduate school. It doesn't come to the Department of Criminal Justice. So when your application is complete is when we see it. So you can check out our website and click on the master's program, and it'll give you all the information you need, and you can also check out the graduate school site for what else you need, how to apply, the admissions fee and all that. That's a little bit separate from our department. Any other questions about graduate?
Keep in mind that you may not be going directly to graduate school, like Dr. Quinn was mentioning. It may take a year or 2 before you decide if you want to go. But if you take the graduate record exam as you're finishing your degree, it's good. The score is good for 5 years. And you might want to think about that you might be in a setting right now where it's easier for you to do the review on math and English and writing related issues and take it now, even if it's a score you won't be using for another 2 to 3 years. I have a question. Anybody interested in law school? Okay. There's a very rigid timeline to law school, and that includes the exam, the law school admissions exam called the LSAT. And you really need to start thinking pretty seriously in your junior year about whether this is something you want to do. Your senior year, October is going to be when you want to have your application to the law schools. And having your GRE done, your LSAT done, law school admissions test done, as before or very, very soon after that timeline is going to be what works best for you in terms of the admission process. And the law school admissions process is kind of strange. Dr. Quinn was talking about you have to send everything here for graduate school to the graduate school office rather than us directly. Well, there's a law school admissions service where all of your information is going to be shared with the law schools you're interested in. And that's where we have to send letters of recommendation. We don't give them to you personally, which might be a little bit different than when you're applying for a job or something. So there's a lot of planning ahead. If you're thinking about law school, even if you're going to take a year off, you still might want to keep in touch with people and let them know, if you're going to hear from me, I need a letter, in such and such a day.
All right, so now we've got a few little raffles to get by. subway and I-2. So y'all pull out your little tickets, and does one of my colleagues want to come down here and help me? Dr. Taylor. Let me say your odds are in the room. Your odds are in the All right, so let's do Little Caesars. $15. That means 3 pizzas, y'all. Hot red.
Terry, the phone number?
Sure.
452-259.
Wow, all righty. Subway. Correct.
Trina Ramsey. 425-254.
All right.
Somebody work there?
Yep. Has to be present.
Make sure you double read it. Sarah gets your numbers mixed up sometimes.
Oh, okay. Only one I'm writing on the board. 452-260. Oh, wow.
I like the lucky area right there. All right. Last one for iTunes. Be a Christmas present.
Yeah. 452-268.
Oh!
Well, thank you all for coming. Please do check out our Facebook page and our Blackboard site and come and talk to us anytime you need us. Thank you all.
Thank you.